Hello, my name is Lewis Jackson, and I'm on a mission to make crypto incredibly easy for every single person to understand. In today's video, we're going to dive into the controversy. I'm hearing a lot about XRP and this Ripple stablecoin that's coming out later this year, and I wanted to clarify a few things. So if you stay with me to the end of the video, I'm not only going to give you a crystal clear understanding about this Ripple stablecoin, but I'm also going to give you a true foundational understanding of what stablecoins are and their intentions and their purpose. But we're also going to debunk all these myths and fears that everyone's having surrounding XRP and almost treating it like XRP versus this stablecoin. So we'll get into whether there's any truth to that or not. So as usual, my main mission here is to keep you as informed from a foundational level as possible. So in order to understand everything that's going to come in this video, you've got to watch it step by step. And even if you think you know this stuff, allow the foundations to be built. So the first thing we need to understand is what a currency is. So a currency really is just a system of money, and that was usually in history, paper bills or coins, like physical things. And those physical coins, that money, was recognized and adopted by a country's government as a medium of exchange. So instead of having loaf of bread, that is a loaf of bread, by the way, instead of exchanging loads of loaves of bread for a cow, for example, that is also a cow. I'll make that a bit more cowy. Instead of trading like that, you actually, because at a wider scale, it's actually more efficient just to have some money in between, right? Money, and that could be cash or paper. And so the government's put this in place, which is so interesting when you think about the control of money and how money flows is all done by the government, right? Because they created the thing. They created the thing that gave them a value out of thin air. It's crazy how that works. I love little understandings like that, and it helps to go back to these fundamental levels. So you provide value for something. So now instead of you having to have a cow to do that trade, you can now say, well, I make candles. I make candles and you can give me money in exchange for those instead of the bread. Like, I don't need the bread. You can just give me the money. And you can get money from other ways. Like, this person can make his money from selling bread. He can make money from doing whatever else, cutting someone else's grass, right? You can get money from these things and then exchange the money instead of a thing for something you want, right? Very basic understanding of money. I think we all actually know what money is, but starting from the ground up, that's the point here. There are attributes of money that money has to have in order for it to be accepted. So one of those things that money has to be is durable. So you can see how that related to the past. If you had gold or you had silver or you had the coins that we've had recently or the waterproof notes that we have here in Europe and the UK, it has to be durable, right? So as long as it can withhold the test of time, then it can work as money. It also has to be portable. It has to be portable, so it has to be movable around the world. You have to be able to take it with you so you can buy things on the go. It has to be divisible. You have to be able to divide it up into coins or into larger denominations of things. That's why you have like a $10 note, you have a $5 note, and you have to have coins and nickels and dimes and quarters, blah, blah, blah. You have to be able to divide it up in all of those different ways. So that's another thing about good money. Another good money is for it to be uniform. So uniform means it matches. So, you have all of the USA branded coins, right? You have all of the EU branded coins. They have to be all uniform together. They have to work together. They also, interestingly, have to be limited. There has to be a limited supply. And of course, when you print endless money like they did in COVID, it creates this feeling of unlimitedness, and it wreaks all kind of havoc with the economy, right? That's why we're in the situation we're in right now. And then the final one, this is a really important one, is it has to be accepted by the general public. Okay, so it has to have all of these attributes, has to do all of these things. If it doesn't do one of these things, it cannot be a currency. And so let's go down this list. And obviously we know we're moving out of the physical cash side of things now, and we're moving into things like stable coins, which we are going to get to in this video, don't worry. And so you look at these questions. In order for a cryptocurrency or a digital asset to be accepted as a currency, it has to be all of these things. So let's have a look. Is it durable? Yes. I mean, there is no, you cannot break it down, right? It's digital, so you can't do that. Of course, it's portable because it's digital. It's divisible, like we've got XRP with an XRP token, then you've got drops underneath. So, when you're looking at XRP as a currency, it has to fit all of these things. You've also got Bitcoin as the larger coin and the smaller denomination being the Satoshi. And uniform, of course, if it's all on the same blockchain, it's uniform. Limited in supply. With XRP, for example, you have 100 billion tokens, but we're kind of struggling on the accepted side, right? So the only real differentiator between accepted and not accepted, I believe in this instance, is actually time. So we need time to elapse, but right now it's not accepted. But there is something that's being accepted that isn't XRP, that isn't a normal cryptocurrency, although in reality it is a cryptocurrency. Stablecoins. Stablecoins are now in a position where they are becoming accepted. So they match all of those requirements to make money, what money is, but in a digital way and meeting all of the criteria. Slowly but surely, that's where we are right now. So let's get this into black. So stablecoins are, for example, like USDT. And this is run by a company called Tether, US dollar Tether. Then you've got USDC, which is another one, but it's USD coin or Circle, whatever you want to call it. But then you've got other stablecoins. There's TUSD, and there's all kinds of different stablecoins that exist right now. And the main two that are basically taking all the attention right now are USDT and USDC. These are actually getting recognition. Like these are actually contributing to what we would call on that on number 6 in that list that we created earlier, accepted. We are on the verge of these stablecoins being accepted. When I say accepted, I mean we're brute forcing it. Like it's going into these larger companies. These larger companies are making them. Larger companies with influence. And what's super interesting here is that the stablecoin market right now is about $160 billion in size. And the anticipation is that this will grow to 3 trillion in the next few years. There's a massive growth. Like 10x growth gets you halfway there. We are 20x away in the stablecoin market. And so when you look at this, the stablecoin market is going to go up 20x in the coming few years here. And you've got a company like Ripple who are actively looking at what they can be doing, right? So Ripple's looking at what they can be doing to participate in the new world of cryptocurrency. And so they think, okay, well, we've got things like payments, which is XRP, right? Then we've got the idea of tokenization, right? So that's actually, converting the rights to an asset in a digital form, so you don't need the actual physical thing. In a way, I will explain this later, that ends up being XRP in the end anyway. But they're looking at all these different avenues to make money in this world of Web3 and the new world of blockchain. So it became very apparent that with that massive growth potential in stablecoins, that because there was so much growth in stablecoins, why would we just leave it? Why would we leave all of the growth to USDT and USDC? Like, why would we do that? Why would we leave all of that growth to just those two companies? And so it put Ripple in a position where they go, okay, we've got clients who are constantly demanding a secure way to transfer dollars without transferring fiat dollars. Like we need an ability to move dollars faster than we currently can. Because right now, dollars take 3 to 5 days to move. 3 to 5 days is far too long, especially when blockchain, or specifically XRP, can move these things in 3 to 5 seconds, right? And so this is a big difference. So we have to get rid of the normal dollar, using the dollar. We have to move into using cryptocurrencies, but not any cryptocurrencies. There's a massive opportunity for Ripple, being that USDC and USDT are about to take a 20x in demand. And so Ripple's, all they've done is put their name into the hat, basically, and said, we're going to have the Ripple US dollar. I don't know if it's going to be called Rust, which would be a really cool name, actually. But I'm just saying this is like a Ripple version, a Ripple USD. They've got enough clients and enough demand from their clients to send dollars specifically, that they're putting their name in the hat and being part of that 20x growth that will be the stablecoin market. Okay, so they're taking they're taking some market share there in their launch. Now, the stablecoin itself is going to be launched later this year. Now, I guess let's get into what the stablecoin is, right? So I've seen it asked a lot recently about if you've got a Ripple stablecoin, let's just call it RUSD, Rust. If you've got Ripple stablecoin, in order for it to accurately be a stablecoin, it has to be backed by something. And I hear this a lot because I've talked about this a lot as well, about XRP potentially being backed by gold, for example. And you only back an asset by something in order to allow it to remain stable, or, you know, not just fly all over the place. It'd be extremely volatile. And so for this reason, you know, I've heard a lot of people say, well, can you not just back the Ripple USD with XRP? And, you know, as much as you would love that to happen, it's just not reasonable at this stage of XRP. Okay, so there are two stages of XRP. Let's break this down even further. You got stage one, which is where we are right now. And that is volatile. I almost couldn't spell volatile. Now I look at it, it doesn't even look right. So you've got volatile XRP. That is, you know, it moves up and down. This is all indicative of speculation. So this is a speculation environment where fear and greed play a role. So the price goes up and down because fear and greed is basically buy and sell in the market. So you've got volatility, where that comes naturally within a speculation environment. But then we have phase two, which is utility, not speculation. So this is when XRP is being used properly, and it's a high enough value to send all this money and still remain stable. It was even described, as we know, by the World Bank as a stable coin when it was described. So you know, you can look at that and say, well, what conversations have the World Bank had with Ripple? If they've had any, and it's been discussed as XRP will be in some way stable in the future in order to function as it should do, then it will be stable in this case. Now, if you look to see which phase do we need XRP to be in order to back something like a Ripple stablecoin, it would have to be stable. Like, it can only happen in phase two. XRP could only back the Ripple stablecoin if itself was stable. Okay, so because we're in the volatile phase, we are in phase one right now, backing Ripple USD with XRP is just out of the question. It's not even worth a conversation right now. That's just not going to happen, especially if we're talking about how utility, you know, is going to play out over the years to come, but speculation is in the next kind of until then, and the Ripple US dollar is coming out this year. It's not going to be backed by XRP. Okay, so sorry to ruin it for everyone there. It doesn't make sense for it to be backed by XRP at this phase of XRP. So the other question is, well, what kind of asset do we need actually to back the Ripple USD? And other people will say, well, what about gold? Like, what about precious metals? And that's all well and good. But even though gold moves in a less volatile nature than XRP, let's say XRP is like this, right? Gold is still like this. That still doesn't work because that's still too volatile, especially when you need it to basically match $1 the entire time. And I've just given the answer away there. The Ripple USD will be backed by the dollar. Right, it just will. Whether you think that's sound or not, like, that's up to you. Whether you think the dollar is crashing or the whole world is going to crash and there's going to be a new asset that's going to launch all of it, like, that's irrelevant right now. It's completely irrelevant. The Ripple US dollar this year will be backed by the dollar. And if it's not just the dollar, it will be a series of other assets, because this is also what happens. In order to back the dollar itself, the dollar has to be backed by the euro, the yen. Like, the dollar gets backed by all of these other currencies to keep it stable. So you can imagine that the Ripple USD stablecoin might do the same type of thing. It's not unheard of. I wouldn't say it's outrageous to think that. And so what we get left with is, you're not backing this stablecoin by XRP, you're not backing it by gold, but you're backing it by dollars. I think, you know, it's a very simple explanation there. Okay, so let's get into some differences between XRP and the stablecoin. Let's call it Rust. Please use that name, Ripple. Such a good name. So XRP, it is very well known that it is a bridge asset. That means you buy one thing, and instead of, you know, the slow process or the costly process of having to have either the second thing in reserves or anything like that. It's a little bit complicated, but it's actually really simple. You actually just have XRP in the middle to be the intermediary asset that you basically convert number one into XRP, and then XRP into number two. And then you basically, it solves a massive problem in speed, in the fees associated, in the success of transactions as well. And so XRP is the bridge asset. You use XRP as a bridge asset. The USD is not for bridging payments. This Ripple USD is for allowing institutions a way to send dollars, right? But send dollars in such a way that's not actually sending fiat dollars. So they've obviously got a demand for the stablecoin and a demand for XRP, but they serve two different roles. And it gets even more interesting in a second. The Ripple USD it's almost like a stable medium of exchange, right? So you want to send $10, I can stably send $10 using the stablecoin. This offering, even though it's just about to have a 20x, is also providing their clients with an additional service, basically. So Ripple's expanding their service offering. So that's really interesting, right? So they've got two different products here. One is a bridge asset, which is XRP, and that was always what it was intended to be. And another one is to serve a different payments need from their clientele in the form of basically being able to just send dollars. That is a very one-way thing. Now, I think the big question that everyone has is there a competition basically between XRP and the RUSD? And the simple answer is no. But let me take that a little bit further, because not only is there no competition, but we also now have an extra clear vision of what XRP is actually supposed to do. So Ripple USD just being able to send dollars, their clients of Ripple being able to send dollars in a stable way is useful, right? That's very useful. But XRP itself, its use case becomes even more clear as we acknowledge this. I was watching an interview recently with Monica Long, who's the president of Ripple, and she said XRP has a different use. Like, it has a different use to the stablecoin. And one of those uses was tokenization, which tokenization. And I mentioned that a little bit earlier in the video and how XRP relates to that. But if you are sending tokenized assets on the XRPL, and you're sending, let's say, a deed to a house, and you're getting another deed to a different house, let's say, for example, you can't just exchange these two. They don't just exchange. They have to, the value of each has to exchange. So you'd have XRP in the middle acting as that bridge asset. And she confirmed this on the interview. The XRP is the asset that would be used to do these tokenization, or to do a tokenization event, basically. To have that swap of two tokenized assets, and it would use XRP. It wouldn't use the USD, the Ripple USD. It would use XRP. Okay, so you've got tokenization that would work with XRP. And then you've got the other idea of XRP, which is more than just tokenization. I'm going to write tokenization again because I think it allows the point. But XRP is also the one being used for that wide variety of trading pairs. So, I know how Uphold has the motto of anything to anything, but the true anything to anything asset is XRP. So you could have anything in the entire world. You could have tokenized deed, right? And you could convert that into Japanese yen, or this could be anything like digitized stocks of a company, or this could be a real estate investment. Like, it doesn't, like, anything. It could be anything. It could be Bitcoin. Absolutely anything on the other side. XRP basically becomes the token to handle that conversion. And so let me pitch it to you like this. If I said to you that all XRP would be used for was the transfer of value of tokenized assets and the converting trading pairs, like every trading pair in existence, does that limit XRP in any way? Like, no, not at all. This is actually just a more defined way of looking at what XRP is going to do in the world. And the confidence that Monica Long was showing about this stablecoin and its fit with her market. And then also on the back of that, talking about how XRP is basically, perfectly suited to do certain things and specific things in this market. I think that was incredibly reassuring. It's really quite exciting to me. As we move forward with the stablecoin, the differentiation between the two offerings, the two products that Ripple have, between their stablecoin and XRP is going to become clearer. And I think all of the fear of the competition between the two is going to dissipate, because we're really now going to get a clearer vision of what XRP is doing. And I think we really start seeing that pick up over time here, where tokenization, Ripple have gone heavy into tokenization. And just think about it, every trading pair. This is like everything in the world that can be traded together. XRP would be the solution for that. Like, we do not need to be worrying about this stablecoin, basically. So I thought it'd be interesting to start from foundational levels for you to understand what stablecoins are and their purpose for Ripple and how they're just not competing. So I hope you found that interesting. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and best of luck on this journey of learning about crypto. All right, see ya.